Hi, good morning, everyone. Want to welcome our new resident minister, Reverend Saul Kalu, and welcome back, Sangha, from our short vacation. Glad all of you are able to be with us today. My name is Annette Tashiro, and I will be your MC. We'll begin with the ringing of the temple bell, or the Kansho, that signifies the beginning of a temple service. It is a deep and sacred ritual steeped in ancient tradition. It is the calling of the people calling of the people to come together to listen to the Dharma or teachings. The temple bell represents the gratitude and deep appreciation of the members, friends, and guests of the Windward Buddhist Temple. Please sit quietly in your seat. Please rise for the meditation, followed by the chanting of the Vandana Ti-Sarana by the congregation in Pali and English, and you can find it in the red Jodo Shinshu service book on page 7.
The enlightened one.
Please be seated. Today's sutra is Praises of the Buddha in the red Jodo Shinshu service book found on page 112.
Seem to us like blackest ink. Tathagata's countenance transcends all comparison. The great voice of awakening resounds through the 10 quarters, your precepts, learning, effort, meditation, wisdom are virtues beyond all compare, ultimate, supreme, and rare. Your deep meditation has fathomed all the Dharma sea to the limits and the depths of all things the Buddhas teach. Ignorance, anger, and greed, the world honored one has none. Like a lion among men, measureless your great virtue. Vast are your great virtuous deeds. Wisdom deep and so sublime, your radiant luminous light shakes all the world's foundations. When I become a Buddha, equal to the Dharma King, I will transcend birth and death, liberating all beings. My giving, disciplined mind, precepts, patience, and effort, meditation, and and wisdom shall be supreme, unsurpassed. I will attain Buddhahood, everywhere fulfill my vow, bringing to all those in fear great peace and tranquility. Though there are myriad Buddhas, beyond measure, beyond count, and great sages numberless, like the grains of Ganges sands, I will honor each of them equally, accepting none. Even more importantly, I will seek the supreme way, even though all Buddha worlds are countless as Ganges sands, even though all lands and realms are boundless without measure, yet my light shall reach them all and illumine every place. Such shall be my perfect work, such my power infinite. When I attain Buddhahood, my land will be first and best, place of practice transcendent, its people sublime and rare, land equal to nirvana, beyond all comparison, with pity for everyone, I will carry all across, all who come from 10 quarters to be born into my land, to attain pure joyful mind, peace and great tranquility. Be my witness, Buddha, please confirm my sincerity. Now that I have made my vows, I will strive to fulfill them. Buddhas of the 10 quarters, with your wisdom unhindered, may all of these honored ones know my deepest intention, even though my body must bear great pain and suffering. I will persevere and strive patiently without regret.
Please rise for the recitation Homages in the same Jodo Shinshu Service book found on page 2. Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living in it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, we may not be free from ill-faring in the ocean of births and deaths for kalpas. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures.
We go
to the Buddha for guidance. May we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we submerge in the depth of the teaching and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we all with one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from bondage of selfishness. Even through myriads of kalpas, hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings. Now we are able to hear and receive them. Let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Please continue to stand for the Gatha, Quest of Life, in the Praises of the Buddha book on page 126. Please be seated. Today, our speaker for our family service is our new minister at Windward Buddhist Temple, Reverend Saul Kalu. And before he comes up, I did some Google. I did because I'm very niele, and I've heard bits and pieces of your history coming to Hawaii. But you were, I guess, Reverend Kalu was born and grew up in the Republic of Philippines, and in 1980 he received his Bachelor's of Science in Nursing and served, I guess, on the East Coast for a while. And then that's when, and he specialized in dialysis, which Hawaii needs a lot. And he encountered the Jodo Shinshu teachings, received his Tokudo ordination in 2007 and Kyoshi ordination in 2010. He served a long while here at Hawaii Betsu Inn. He went to Makawao Hongwanji, came back to Hawaii Betsu Inn, and now he's here with us, Reverend Saul Kalu.
No need to clap. I don't deserve it. Well, anyway, let's put our hands together in Kansho. The Buddha said to Ananda, in the land of Amitabha, each god and human is provided with clothing, meals, flowers, incense, ornaments, silken canopies, dharma banners, and they enjoy all the beautiful sounds. Their mansions, palaces, and pavilions where they live are proportioned accordingly with the size of their bodies. If they want precious jewels, all they have to do is wish for them, and 1, 2, or even innumerable jewels will appear before them. From the largest Sutra of Immeasurable Life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the warm welcome. And thank you also for coming to this morning's Sunday service. And this is my first Dharma message as the newly assigned resident minister of Windward Buddhist Temple. And I am truly encouraged and grateful for your presence here this morning. Coming to the temple every Sunday to listen to the Dharma is the way to keep ourselves absorbed in the teachings, and it is an important part of the process to spiritual awakening and liberation. In our tradition of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, that spiritual awakening, receiving the entrusting mind or Shinjin, as experienced by and described by our founder Shinran Shonin, is a moment of profound joy and gratitude, for it is that moment of attainment of the entrusting mind that we are grasped, never to be abandoned again, through the compassionate vow of Amida Buddha. I am a convert to Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, and initially, upon my conversion, I had a hard time understanding, let alone believing, that such profound joy and feeling of gratitude could be felt once a person fully and totally entrusts himself to Amida Buddha. Shinran used the term kangi to describe this kangi, and it's a Japanese word of which one translation means joy of relief or great joy. The Sanskrit equivalent of this word is called pramudita, which has the meaning of joyful, with the thought that, having begun the career of a bodhisattva, a person who had been striving for spiritual breakthrough will finally be able to attain enlightenment and will help others also to attain enlightenment. What exactly is this joy that is being described by these words kangi and pramudita? For Shinran, it is the joy of being grasped, of being assured of birth in the Pure Land and Buddhahood, of being free from the bondage of suffering that he was struggling with during his years of difficult practice in Mount Hiei. Upon his total entrusting to Amida Buddha's vow, his sufferings brought about by his blind passions were transformed into virtues. Shinran must have felt that tremendous joy of relief of never having to worry anymore about the issues of his blind passions or bonno and his problem with his afterlife, namely his birth in the Pure Land. His joy was such that for the rest of his life, he made great efforts through his writings and delivering Dharma talks to share his experience and teach people how to attain the same kind of joy that he encountered with his attainment of Shinjin. Shinran's life was also marked by his profound gratitude, not only to Amida Buddha, but also to the 7 masters that influenced much of his thinking, including his main teacher, Honen. Naturally, as a new convert to Buddhism, I was curious and at the same time wondered whether it is possible to achieve the same level of joy born out of the entrusting heart. Or perhaps, if I can recall something similar event in my life that caused me much profound joy and gratitude. I tried to reach the deepest recesses of my memory And yes, there were indeed several happy moments in my life that I can remember, but those moments were all fleeting and transitory. Like the time I graduated from college and received my nursing degree, the time I passed the Philippine nursing licensure examination on the first try, and receiving a free boat trip ticket from my parents to attend my mother's hometown summer festival in the central Philippine Islands. Those joyous moments never lasted. Once the event was over, or after a short period of time, it's back to the same thing. I still felt not truly happy. It only means that I have to face life ahead of me with more responsibilities and tasks to survive the adult world. I had to find a real job after graduation, earn money, and start living independently. We cannot really compare the feeling of joy and bliss in the Pure Land that is described in the sacred writings to the temporary happy feelings we feel in this world of samsara. That is because most of the time, a lot of people equate happiness with having the things that they want, and mostly these are material things. Of course, there are exceptions. We can feel happy over something that is not material, like the birth of a baby or a grandchild, getting married, and getting divorced too. Yes, sometimes it's a happy event for some people, like myself, for instance. But that is, sorry about that. I'm sure my ex-wife will not like that. But there is one thing in common with those of these kinds of happiness. They are all temporary and subject to conditions that have to be met and maintained. We lose property through theft, negligence, natural and man-made disasters. The newborn baby that brought so much joy in our lives will not remain as an infant and will grow to adulthood someday and leave the house. The happiness doesn't last long because it is the kind of happiness that is subject to the laws of impermanence. This is called relative happiness. Now, I'm not saying that this kind of happiness is bad. Happiness is happiness, even if only temporary. It's better than not having any happiness at all, which is indeed a miserable life. But the problem is that relative happiness and temporary pleasure, because of their ephemeral nature, sometimes become the seeds of future suffering when we become attached to them. There comes craving for more, and when the source of that temporary pleasure is gone or changes, both physical and mental suffering follows. There is another type of happiness, however, that is not subject to impermanence, and it's called absolute happiness. And this is the kind that comes upon the attainment of Buddhahood or birth in the Pure Land. The Pure Land of Amida Buddha is often described as a land of perfect bliss and highest joy, most specifically in the larger Sutra of Immeasurable Life. In the introductory words to this Dharma message, I mentioned about the Pure Land as a place where gods and men are provided with all creature comforts, such as fine food, clothing, fragrant incense, beautiful music, and one can have anything he wants just by thinking about it, and it would miraculously appear. When I converted to Buddhism and started my very first studies of Pure Land Buddhism, I cannot help but compare the Pure Land to the heaven of other religious belief systems. The descriptions are very similar indeed, and some authors of Western books on the Pure Land even use the word Western paradise to refer to Amida Buddha's realm. One of the definitions of paradise is that it is a place or state of bliss, felicity, or delight. And the Pure Land, as described in the Sutra, is indeed such a place. It is the Buddhist equivalent of heaven, so I thought, where the souls of righteous people dwell in eternal bliss and tranquility with the same benefits of fine food, music, material things as one wishes. But as I learned more about basic and Pure Land Buddhism, I began to wonder if those descriptions of the Pure Land in the sutras are really what they are. Are there really beautiful, colorful flowers, melodious music, fragrances, precious jewelry, and fine food that come on demand in the Pure Land? I don't really know, for I have never been there. But my present understanding of the Pure Land is those descriptions of beautiful flowers, music, food, jewelry, and so on are not meant to be taken literally. To me, birth in the Pure Land is becoming a Buddha. And a Buddha, by definition, is a being who has attained enlightenment and already eliminated all sensuous desires, passions, and material wants. A Buddha, as an enlightened being, has only two primary virtues, and those are wisdom and compassion. Buddhas no longer have the need for sensual gratification, no need for food, melodious music, fine clothing, and jewelry. And so I would say that the Pure Land is not a place to cater to ordinary human wants and desires. It is not a place where one can have everything that he or she could want. It is not a place to have fun and enjoyment like one would experience in an amusement park. It is the Pure Land, and it's not Disneyland or Ala Moana Center. But why is the Pure Land described as such in the sutras? Perhaps it is because when the Buddha taught about the Jodo, or the Pure Land, he was trying to describe a place that is beyond ordinary human comprehension to unenlightened people, one that cannot be described through ordinary human words. So the seemingly worldly descriptions could be a metaphor for the real splendor of the realm of the Buddhas. In order to fully grasp what the Pure Land is, it has to be experienced. Words alone would not suffice. It's like trying to describe the taste of, let's say, pizza to someone who hasn't eaten pizza all his life. No amount of verbal explanation will enable one to know what the taste of pizza really is unless he eats it himself. The Pure Land is a realm for enlightened beings, not for someone who is bombu, foolish, or mired in delusions. We say in Jodo Shinshu that Amida Buddha saves us as we are. Sonomama. Yes, but we are not born in the Pure Land as we are. Sonomama. No. We will undergo a change, a transformation of mind or heart in order to be born in the Pure Land. There are no foolish, unenlightened beings there anymore, for that is no longer the world of samsara. There is one passage in the largest sutra, however, that I can easily understand regarding the Jodo. It reads like this: in that land there are no hells, no hungry ghosts or animal realms, nor any negative conditions to suffer from. That, to me, is the real state of the Pure Land, a place where sufferings and any forms of human sorrow no longer exists. There is only peace and tranquility, no more pain or sickness, no old age, no more death, no more rebirth in the world of darkness and delusion. The beautiful graphic descriptions or the implied material rewards there aren't so important to me. What is important is that it is a place where we can finally unburden our difficulties of the ordinary, mundane human life. We may compare it to our own homes, perhaps. After a very hard day of stressful work, for instance, we always look forward to going home and leave all our worries at the workplace behind. At our homes, we can sit or lie down, watch TV, eat leisurely without the time limits imposed at work. We feel safe, and finally, we can relax or sleep. We wouldn't care if our homes or apartments are not immaculately clean or super clean at the moment. What is important is that we feel safe and comfortable in our homes. And that is what the Pure Land ultimately is. our final spiritual home sweet home. All of this is made possible for us by Amida Buddha's boundless compassion. And so, it is important for us to always be mindful of that compassion and express it through the recitation of the Buddha's name in gratitude and deep joy, the Nembutsu. The Nembutsu is Amida Buddha's calling to us, and our response to that call is responding to Amida's inner calling to hear the voice. Let us recite it daily with fervor and deep conviction. The concept of Jodo, or the Pure Land, is admittedly not a simple matter to explain. We may have different ideas on what the Pure Land really is. Indeed, many may disagree with my own concepts of the Pure Land, but it really doesn't matter to me. Is the Pure Land a real place, somewhere in the West, as the sacred texts say? Is it in the here and now, in this present existence we are living? Is it in our hearts and minds? Its location is not important to me. Rather, its existence as a realm of peace, tranquility, and freedom from suffering is what matters the most. Whether it's there out in the West or here in the here and now, it is a realm that I wish I could easily access, given my present state of suffering because of poor health. But I am grateful to Amida Buddha for his benevolence and compassion through the primal vow that enables all of us to reach that land of ultimate bliss. Let's conclude by reciting the name of the Buddha in gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Saul. Please rise for the Gatha Hotokesama. You can find it on page 74, and continue to stand for the Nembutsu if you'd like to follow it in the Jodo Shinshu Service book on 135. Please be seated. I'd like to call on our President, Dennis Tashiro, for announcements.
Good morning. It's so nice to see all these familiar faces again. Welcome back. Thank you, Reverend Sol, for your Dharma message. I think I learned a new term. I think you called it relative happiness. I experience that every so often. Then I come back down to reality. Merle and I were in Vegas last week, and the first day was relative joy. Then the rest of the trip was relative sadness. Anyway, thank you, Annette, for being our MC, David for being our greeter, Lisa for playing the piano, Prudence for ringing the Kansho, and of course Ryan for recording this service. We don't have any guests, but good to see Bert as Bert and Barbara. Nice to see you guys. Okay, as far as announcements, there won't be a service here next Sunday, as next weekend will be the triple celebration event at the Alamona Hotel to commemorate 3 special events. The year 2023 marked the 850th anniversary of the birth of Shinran Shonin, the founder of the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist tradition, and 2024 is the 800th anniversary of the establishment of the Jodo Shinshu teaching, and the 135th anniversary of Honpa Hongwanji mission of Hawaii. So it'll be a big weekend. Our next service will be the following Sunday, September 15, when we will observe Autumn Ohigang, or Autumn Equinox. Our guest minister and speaker will be Reverend Eric Matsumoto of Aya Hongwanji Mission. He is the former bishop of Honpa Hongwanji Mission of Hawaii. That Sunday, we will also be walking up Ku'ule Road to pass out Peace Day cranes. It is the start of our observance of Peace Day in Hawaii. Peace Day in Hawaii is officially observed each year on September 21st. September 21st is also the International Day of Peace. The annual Ring Your Bells for Peace Day will be held on Friday, September 20th. To promote Peace Day in Hawaii and, of course, International Day of Peace, it is being held on Friday to allow school children to join in the bell ringing. Each year we gather here at the temple and ring the Kansho, while joining hundreds of other people also doing the same thing via Zoom. Please join us here at the temple at 8:30 a.m. Friday. There will be a program from 8:30 to 9, which includes entertainment. Jake Shimabukuro, Hawaii's ambassador for peace, will be performing. At 9 o'clock, there will be a minute of silence. At 9:01 a.m., everyone will start ringing their bells for 5 minutes. If you'd like to ring the Kansho, please arrive here at the temple before 9 a.m. There will be a free twilight concert at Foster Botanical Garden to honor the life of Mary Mikahala Foster on Friday, September 20th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Performances include slack key guitar, hula dancing, taiko drumming, and sanshin music. That's an Okinawan shamisen. The event is sponsored by the Honolulu District Temples and other organizations. More information can be found on our bulletin board. We are again co-sponsoring the 4th annual Windward Mall Bon Dance on Saturday, October 5th. The event is well attended and enjoyed by dancers, observers, and shoppers. We'll be needing volunteers to help prepare and cook on the gi. Our sign-up sheet will be available in a couple Sundays from now. We are having our intergenerational activity today, and I understand from Prudence we'll be making origami crane. Okay, so after your refreshments, come running over and have fun making cranes. And this is the first Sunday of the month, and we celebrate birthdays. So Cynthia will announce or call up people.
Good morning. Okay, since we missed August, we are celebrating for 2 months, okay? Don't be shy, please come up. If you had a birthday in August, please come to the front. And also, if you have a birthday in September, please come to the front. Let's not rush now. Come on, I know you guys are, I know you're out there. Hey, Ryan. Yes, Ryan. Okay, Dana, Roy. Oh, Yishin. Okay. Okay. Oh, good, good, good. Come on up. Hey. All right. Hey, happy birthday. So both of you? Oh, just her? Both of you. Okay, good, good. Thank you. You get to, okay.
Which one? Which one?
Both of them. Yeah, we're gonna take a photo also, but we're gonna sing happy birthday first, okay? So on the count of 3, let's sing happy birthday. 1, oh, Roy. Oh, sorry, Roy, okay. Okay, Roy and Ryan, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, oh, wait, oh, photo first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday.
Okay, are there any other announcements? Otherwise, it's time to have our, oh, Bob.
It's been a while, but we've had many new books. I think 21 new books for the adults and 1 for the children, so please check it out. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, now for the words of thanksgiving. It can be found on page 126 of the Red Service book. Otherwise, I think Ryan will have it on the screen. We are truly grateful for this wonderful food, a gift of life. May we share its benefits with all beings. As we partake of this food, let us remember Amida Buddha's compassion, which surrounds all people and all forms of life. Namo Amida Buddha. Itakimasu. Thank you, everyone.